Hey.
Hello.
Wow.
What's that?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good overall.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
For people in the audience, really quickly, some of you may have noticed the boy Wonder is not in the house tonight. Tonight's topic is something that was a little bit sensitive for him, so he didn't feel like he wanted to be on tonight, and we totally understand that. I would say tonight's topic is something that probably, I will say everybody, at least in the United States, probably knows somebody that is going through this, whether it's a family member or a cousin or a friend. This is a very hot topic and big topic here that we're dealing with tonight. So thank you, Robin. We love it and appreciate you always. And we'll see you back for next show. All right, I said that.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. So, should we get started on this topic?
Yes. Oh, and really quick, I want to give a quick shout out to my boy Brandon. If you are watching, I actually have a student that calls me Ark. It's so cute.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he specifically watches Hearts of Kyber. So
okay, that is so cool. And his name is Brandon.
What's up, Brandon?
Yeah. Look at everybody here saying your name, Brandon. Oh, we lost one. Where'd she go?
Lost one. Oh, no. She had the definition.
Well, I want to throw one fact out just so, because you mentioned how this affects a lot of people. Here's a fact from the CDC.gov site. It says about 37 million Americans, the adults, are estimated to have chronic kidney disease, and most of them are undiagnosed.
Exactly. That's kind of the scary thing, is most people don't even know that either they have the disease or they are in the there's like 4 steps. There's 4 different steps to disease. There's all the way from, I don't know, I can't remember with the first one. The last one is chronic, or a dead kidney. Basically, your kidney is not working, therefore you need to have a machine.
You can have an acute state. That's where it's short-term, temporary, and then it comes kind of like you stub your toe type of situation. Oh, it hurts, but then it goes away. It doesn't remain.
Right. So there are multiple stages, and I think one of our video talks about the multiple stages.
Yes.
So I won't get too much into that. You know what? We're talking around our subject, but I don't think we have actually said what it is. You want to give us a definition here, Captain Lady Moon?
Yeah. So kidney disease means your kidneys are damaged and can't filter blood the way you should. You're at greater risk for kidney disease if you have diabetes or high blood pressure. And a number of other things, I think, too, that are associated with that. But that was the basic definition I got. See how vague it kind of is?
It's super vague. It really is.
It's even one that has multiple names. You might hear kidney disease, kidney failure, renal disease.
Yes.
So but it all basically means the same thing. Basically, it means your kidney is not working to filter out the bad stuff that it should be doing.
Yeah, my godfather actually had kidney disease.
My
mother on dialysis.
My mother, when she passed, my son and I quit work and I took 3.5 years to take care of my mom before she passed. Kidney disease was one of them. So, I mean, part of my thinking at that time, I had part-time job. I was trying to do whatever I could. For a while, for like the first 9 to 10 months, I stayed home and just stayed with her. But then it got to a point where I had run out of money on my savings. I still had my son to take care of. Right. And so I had to go back to part-time work. I couldn't do anything that had a set schedule because of my mom's dialysis.
Of course.
I had to take care of my mom.
Yes.
But for a while, I was getting up at 5:30 every morning to take my mom to dialysis by 6. She had 3 hours 3 times a week so that we could be done by 9 so that I could go to a job by 10.
Wow.
So yeah, it's definitely no joke.
That's hard.
Oh no, it's not.
Have you guys ever had to go into one of those places, or have you ever seen the procedure or what they do?
Yes, I worked at a hospital where I got to see a lot of different things, and yes, I had actually walked patients from the dentistry where I was down to those places after they got checked for radiation and stuff in their jaws and other areas, because certain treatments they couldn't give if they had radiation in certain areas because it could put them in danger. So I got to see a lot of different things like that, and I was like, wow. some of those folks have to be there for 8 hours, not just
Yeah,
3.
that happened. Yeah, that happened with my godfather. He had to be in there between 5 and 8 hours sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
and
oh,
there's
it's
actually two.
brutal.
it
I,
is brutal.
I think it is. There's actually I actually quite learned quite a bit, and for a while I had thought, because I knew they were hiring, I was like, oh, I might go do this as a tech, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
because they made really good money, but those
They
people
do make
work
decent money.
hard. I'm talking about the techs too. The techs work really really long hours,
Yes, they do.
oh yeah, they
Yes, they
do.
and
do.
this is not stuff to mess around with. You got to get it right, you know
Oh,
what I mean.
yes.
No, yeah,
There's not a lot of room for getting
For
things wrong
errors and
here.
mistakes, yes. There
yes.
sure isn't.
Oh gosh,
Exactly.
it's
Not
so
when it comes to
hard.
people's lives.
Right, exactly. And so I learned while my mom was going through this that there are actually two types of dialysis that you can do. You can do the kind where you go to a center, which
Hmm.
Davita, and a lot of times people will see these in their town and not even know what it is, but it's a company called Davita Dialysis, and they're a
Yes.
national corporation. They're like McDonald's. We've got
And
two
that's
in our
all they
town.
do is dialysis.
That's
That's
all
their
they
Yep.
thing.
do all day long is
All we do.
dialysis. Um, but there's two types of dialysis you can do. You can either do the one where you go to the center, and if you go to the center, that's usually going to be two to three, maybe even 4 times a week, depending on your personal recommendation from your doctor. You're going
Hmm.
to sit in the chair. They're going to poke a needle into you, and then they're going to drain out your blood and I guess pump in fresh. I don't know how exactly that works.
It
Actually,
filters
one
it.
of those explains it. Yeah.
Yeah, it filters the blood. So what the
Yes.
kidneys do, a big thing that the kidneys will actually do that
Yeah.
people don't realize, they're more than just they clean out, all of the
It
like
removes all the
water, like
toxins, the
yeah, it
waste,
removes all
that
the
sort of stuff.
toxins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also filters your blood.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
actually a blood filter.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of it does, not just for, all of the extra waste that comes out in the urine, like the urine
Yes.
filter, it's the blood filter, really. And
Yes.
so that is why dialysis is actually like a process of filtering blood as far and also those toxins in your body. That's what I know of
Right.
dialysis.
So with dialysis, basically, because your kidneys can't do that filtering, that cleaning, you need an external machine to help you do this.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, that is for most people, unless and there have been people that have cleaned up their diets, changed their
Yes.
lifestyles, done exercise, and been able to get off of dialysis. But
Hmm.
for the majority of the people, this is going to be a lifelong thing until you die,
Yes.
except for if you get a kidney transplant, which is
Yes.
not necessarily easy. A lot of people, from what I understand, if you get on the list today, it could be 5 or 6 years of dialysis.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have to meet certain criteria, like you can't be a smoker. You have to be on
Alcoholic,
a
things
certain
like that.
exercise regimen.
Yep.
You have to make commitments to be able to get onto the kidney transplant list.
See, and I think my godfather, if he had changed his whole diet, I think he could have possibly beaten it, but he just didn't want to. He was kind of really stuck in his
Set in his
ways.
ways, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Really stuck in his
that's the
ways.
other sad thing about this is that the majority of the people that are going to need this, that are going to have dialysis, something could it. I don't want to. I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm saying things could have been done.
Yeah.
It's not a disease that you just get all out of nowhere and like, oh my god, it's such a tragedy. This is one that is kind of self. In many cases, I'm not saying all cases.
Hey, go ahead.
In many cases, it's by the lifestyle that we lead, being more
Hey, Joe, we got
sedentary.
Joe Hill tuning in right now.
Joe
Yeah.
Hill, what's
Yep.
up? Totally forgot about the comments.
Ark, you were going to mention two different ways that you can do the
Oh,
thing. You mentioned the one that you can do at the hospital or at the
right.
location where you can get them done. What was the other one?
Yeah, now the other one, this one is like more crazy. The other
Yes.
one is a home system
Yeah,
that you
I'm
can
sorry, I
do.
wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and that one is like daily, I think, for 12 hours a day.
Thank you.
Right, but that one, you don't have to go anywhere. You can do it at your home. And apparently, I guess, like, you have to walk around with this big long tube so you can go to the kitchen or, go to the bathroom or wherever you need to do. But you're
Hmm.
stuck to this machine for 12 hours a day, essentially.
Yeah.
And that's if you don't want to do the doctor version. Now, that one, from what I understand, is more like a clamp. Like there's something they insert into you and you clamp it on. So there are not needles to deal with. So it's less painful
Yeah,
in
it's like
that
they put a
way.
port in you.
Right.
Yeah, you get a port.
Exactly.
That's what my godfather got. My godfather got a port.
Exactly. So I guess that version is less painful. However, you literally spending half your life on attached to this machine.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing is getting that, a kidney transplant. But even with that, it's not without its risk. It's not without its work too. You still got to take special medication for the rest of your life, from
Yes,
what I understand.
the
to make
anti-rejection medicine, so it doesn't
Doesn't
reject.
exactly.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, and I have a friend who does that. He actually got kidney failure at a really young age. So
Oh man.
like
Oh,
he was like 25, I think, 22, something like that.
Right.
that
And
sucks.
actually, in this
Wreaks
first
havoc on your body.
the first clip that we're going to show, they talk a lot about that. And I find this one interesting because, a lot of times, when John and I started the show, the purpose of the show was to show how, in popular media reflects these different diseases and things that we deal with.
Mhm.
But a lot of times they're so vague in the movies. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
that's not what the movie's not about the disease. It's about something else. And the
unless
person
it
has
is
this.
about the disease, but for the most part, yes, it's
Right.
usually just a
And
secondary
they're
thing.
oftentimes the topics that they pick, they want to Hollywood it up a bit, so that makes it a bit more scary and
Right.
stuff than what it might be in real life. I mean, considering this
I,
stuff is already scary enough.
I really like the scene in Steel Magnolias that we're going to be showing because it
Yes.
does a really good job of
Oh,
showing that,
yeah.
hey, the person that's affected is a young person. And in this movie, if you haven't seen it, she got her kidney damage due to having her child. But that's one of the points of the movie is like she knows that if she has this child, it will probably wreck her body. You know what I mean? And so it's this big dramatic thing about will she have the child or won't she or whatever. But in this scene, and all these women are incredible actors. They just portray, if you watch the emotions of each of the people, because what I like about this scene too is you see the person who's affected with it, you see her mother who is the primary caregiver helping her deal with it, and then you see the reaction of their friends who are like the secondary, and it makes you realize that sometimes when people have these dysfunctions or these diseases, it doesn't just affect them. You know what I mean? There's whole communities that can be affected by one person having a chronic illness of some sort.
Well, I'll give
And
you, an example here. Like with my whole situation with my wheelchair, when I was focusing on that, I really didn't realize how much it was affecting all you guys until we started to interact a bit about that. I was like, wow. I mean, this goes like that for anything that people deal with, I guess.
right.
Mhm.
So, just a huge thank you to all you guys.
Oh yeah,
Well, I
your
mean, it
family.
helps. It probably helps for you, John. You probably just don't feel so alone in it, too, in
I,
a
I,
way.
I
Because
once I realized
everyone
that when you
thinks that
guys were
they're
telling me we're family and stuff, I'm like, really? I'm like the new guy here.
Right.
I'm
Well,
like,
and that was also too, and not to get too personal with everybody online, but
sorry.
just so you know that we are all human beings. With the
yeah.
Kyber Cave production family, we're kind of split up all over the country.
Yeah.
John and
Was it
Captain
graveyard?
Lady Moon and I are about 30 minutes
Oh,
apart. But John is like what 2,000 miles away from us.
something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah, I'm close to Indianapolis 500 over here.
Right, exactly. So we have a very large and split up family. But that was
That's Minnesota,
when one
correct?
of
Not
our
India,
other
right?
members,
Or
Fours,
not
Indiana.
India.
he's recently
Not
been
Indiana so
experiencing a
much.
lot of chronic pain, and it's been a new thing for him, and that's why I thought it would be helpful for you to reach out to him because this is something you've dealt with for multiple years. And even though our families, we're not connected, we're not in the same place, sometimes just
Mhm.
having somebody to talk to or somebody that can understand what you're going through can be very helpful.
Have we all pressed that now? We gotten that out of our systems? Joe, we just really want to say hey.
All right.
Please
You want to
comment
roll
down
that?
below. Comment down below if you have experienced kidney disease or someone in
If
your
you know
family.
somebody that did,
You know somebody or yeah.
Right. If
how
this
it
is a
affected
topic
you,
that you can speak on, we would love to hear from you. This is an
most definitely.
interactive show. It's not us speaking at you. It's all of us having a discussion together.
Yep.
So yeah, go ahead whenever you're ready, Mr. John. And actually, I'll remove us so that this gets bigger.
There we go. All right.
Oh, God. Your hair is so short.
Lisa, you're almost chipper. Why are you in such a good mood? You run over a small child or something?
Tomatoes.
Why don't you give all these to me?
Somebody's got to take them. I hate them. I try not to eat healthy food if I can possibly help it. The sooner my body, the better off I'll be. I can't get enough grease into my diet.
Then why do you grow them?
Because I'm an old Southern woman and we're supposed to wear funny-looking hats and ugly clothes and grow vegetables in the dirt.
No.
Don't ask me those questions. I don't know why. I don't make the rules.
Oh, now that's attractive, Weezer.
Oh, man.
Shelby. Oh, honey, what have you done to yourself?
It doesn't hurt.
Milan, have you seen this?
Yes, I have. Well, the doctor's just trying to strengthen my veins. They're in terrible shape. God. Shelby, it looks like you've been driving nails up your arms. What is going on? Shall we tell him, Mama?
Well, I guess we can't keep it a secret any longer. Shelby has been driving nails up her arm.
It's my dialysis. It's no big thing. Well, don't look at me like that. Having Jack Jr. put too much strain on my kidneys, now they're kaput. That's all. The doctor said this would probably happen.
That's all? That's all, she says.
Do you do this dialysis forever?
Well, I could, I suppose, but it's not real convenient when you're trying to keep up with Jack Jr., so I'll just have a kidney transplant. I'll be fine.
Is it that easy?
Sure. They do them all the time in Shreveport, 3 or 4 a week.
They do. Our Sunday school class was just praying for one the other day.
But the hard part is finding the kidney, isn't it?
I saw something about it on TV. Very dramatic. These medical teams fly all over the place taking hearts and kidneys and who knows what else. You know what impressed me the most? They carry those organs in beer coolers.
Oh, stop it.
Those doctors take out their 6-packs, throw in some dry ice in a heart, and get on a plane.
How long do you have to wait for one?
Well, there are people on dialysis that have been waiting for years.
That must be agony.
I suppose, but I'm lucky I don't have to wait anymore. Mama's going to give me one of her kidneys.
When?
We check in tomorrow morning. So you better get going on my nails.
And now I'm dripping.
That's such a fantastic scene. Wow.
It is.
I love it. There was so much going on in that scene. I love the banter of the women and how it's real. You know what I mean? It's like they're joking with each other, they're making fun of each other. But it's also a serious conversation. And I love, like, there's the whole shift where, where she says, Mama's giving me one, and you see all the women just like turn their heads right away to look at the mama to get, to get her reaction and her response to all this,
Yeah, it's a beautiful scene. I love. She's like, okay, guess we can't keep it a secret anymore. And Sally Field's character, she just goes, yep. So yeah, we've just been putting nails in her arms.
Yeah, it was 1989 when I saw that movie. Wow, that brings back some really good memories.
1989, yeah, that is it. Wow, that was before. Yeah, I didn't realize that movie was so
ancient.
Not old, but such a. I wasn't
so
gonna
long
say
ago.
old, but so long ago. I mean, I think I saw it when I was probably like 12, and I thought it was what came out then. I didn't realize it was 1989.
Yes.
Well,
when that was made.
First off, when you have incredible actors that can make that story, and the other thing is it's this timeless story. It's about the love of a mother and her daughter, and then her daughter having a child, and dealing with real issues that people deal with every day with a little bit of Southern charm.
Yeah. What's interesting about that is that they talk about how her having Kenny Jr. think.
Jack Jr.
Jack
Jack
Jr.
Jr. That's what it was. Jack Jr. I don't know why I was thinking Jack or Kenny. That's really funny. Kenny Jr. Jack Jr. But pregnancy can actually do that to you. It can do a
Yes.
lot of those kind of things to you without you even realizing it. Or at least for women. That's something that women, that's a real thing that women go through.
Yes, men
Because
typically
you go
don't
through
have those
so
problems
many
with pregnancy.
changes.
Right,
You
diabetes.
go
I've
through
heard
so
of.
many of those changes. Yeah, you can get
Oh yeah,
gestational diabetes, which
there's
becomes real diabetes.
preeclampsia, high blood
I
pressure.
mean, preeclampsia, high blood pressure. Actually, you can get apalasia or I'm
Yes,
saying that wrong. Not
Wasn't
Appalachia.
she one
I
of the-
said it
I
wrong.
can't say that one any
Wasn't
better.
she in
so-
Prince's band? Appalachia.
Appalachia, you become a mountain. No,
Yes.
I meant you get your hair will fall out.
Oh yeah. Okay. What's that
Yeah,
called?
you could do that. Your teeth can fall out. Your bones can become very brittle. You can get
Man,
bone
these
disease. There's a
babies,
lot
man,
of
they be
things.
wrecking people.
I mean, yeah.
Why do we
something
still
that
have
women
them?
really- I don't
They
know.
do
We got
they
8
don't
billion
have enough.
people though. You never know. I don't think we're gonna go extinct anytime soon.
No.
But I mean, that's
Well,
something that
you know.
women really, that you could go through. So that's why it's really important that you get all of your vitamins and everything up. And we just lost a watcher. That's all good. Guess talking about pregnancy is too much for you.
Come on, only real
Anyways,
men
about
talk
kidney
about
disease. But anyways, that can also result in kidney disease, getting kidney disease.
Right.
Your kidneys
The
stop
kidneys are
functioning.
very.
That's
You
one bad thing about it.
don't realize how important they are until you have kidney failure and kidney disease. I find it also interesting
Yeah, kidney
that
disease.
the body carries two of them, but apparently you can live on one.
Yeah,
that's
fun.
That's why God, what an incredible decision by the mother to say I will donate my kidney.
Well, I mean, if one of my family members, I mean, it depends on how close you are to them and if you have a match with them. But if one of my siblings had kidney failure, I'd donate my kidney, or my mom, or someone.
I heard
really
it's
close to me.
pretty painful for the
I would do that.
donator too.
Oh, absolutely, it is. Absolutely. So, I
Wow.
mean, it's no walk in the park for the donator too, because I think they also have to take medication, I believe.
Yeah, I believe they're put on antibiotics also. They both
Yes.
both people have to be on that. Then they take some anti-rejection things and stuff like that also, some sort of stuff like that. But they take quite a cocktail of stuff.
Yeah, so
Both
it's
parties do.
not.
It's
So
very
you
involved.
definitely.
Well,
It's
let's
definitely-
lighten up the mood a little bit. We have another
Sure thing.
fun little clip.
All right.
It's not it's not going to give you some serious information about dialysis. This is just a fun little clip. Like we said here,
Yeah.
our goal is to relate this to public, what you're seeing out in media. And so this one's for Aubrey because she is a big fan of Star Trek.
Here we go.
What's the matter with you?
Kidney dialysis.
Dialysis? My God, what is this, the Dark Ages? Here, do you swallow that? And if you have any problems, just call me.
Fully functional.
Oh my gosh, that is so adorable.
Fully functional.
Oh wow, that was totally shorter than the clip that I had was the whole scene because that was the beginning of the scene and the end of the scene.
Give me a second here. Let's go back to that one and see if I can. It's a bit softer.
What's the matter with you?
Kidney dialysis.
Wait a minute. That seems like the same one.
My God, what is this, the Dark Ages?
That I showed.
Here.
It starts off before they walk into.
Okay.
Let me see. I might have it up.
If you have the link, you can share that with me, and I'll copy it and drop it in here, and then we could just roll that. That's not a problem.
Oh, there's one right here that's a minute 34, and there's one that's a half an hour. Or
Yeah, I think the minute 34 was the one.
The minute 35, minute 34. It's this one right here. The minute 35.
But to be honest with you, there's nothing that happens in that middle. The two parts that I was trying to show was shown.
Yeah, we shared. So I mean, I think we conquered that. That's fine.
Okay.
It's just a cute little
Sorry
scene.
about that.
I think it's adorable.
It is an adorable scene.
It's adorable to see, especially if you put them right back to back. It's just it's really cute.
Right. So in that scene, it was the crew of Star Trek the Enterprise.
Their
They were
Enterprise.
they were not rescuing. They were getting one of their crewmates who ended up in the hospital. They were hijacking him from the hospital. So that was the whole scene of it. They walk in, they go steal their friend. But at the beginning of the scene, the doctor, she's like, dialysis. I mean, I just love how he turns and he looks at me. What is this? The Dark Ages?
Yeah.
Forrest Kelly, man, I haven't had he was one of a kind actor. I would
Definitely.
say. I just love because he makes gruff and like, grumpy. Like he makes it fun.
Right.
He does it really well.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was just a fun little clip. It started with, it's just that it mentioned dialysis really in kidney disease at all. But I love the idea that in the future that they, doctors are going to look back to this time period and look at us as like, oh my God, those guys were, they were horrible. They were barbarians.
I would say the same thing with cancer treatment. I used to have, or I knew someone who had that and had to do cancer treatment. Because that's just, they're gonna look back at that and be like, man, that's the Dark Ages.
Right.
Barbarians.
Those guys were
they
butchers.
Do this to people.
How could they do this?
But
go ahead. I'm sorry, Aubrey.
But I was going to say is that it's funny because I was looking for a certain clip when we were doing the sleep cycles about lucid dreaming and could not find it. It was a Star Trek clip and I kept looking and looking and I'm getting all annoyed. I'm like, where is this clip? Why is no one have it online? So I went without it, but it's just really funny because it's just, I love Star Trek. Star Trek is great for so many of those. I mean, it's pure science fiction, which is why I love it.
Right.
Anyway, moving on. Speaking of kidney disease, it's always good to drink lots and lots of water, guys. So this is my water bottle. So if you see me drinking, this is what it is. Just so you know, I've got that, and I've got my mineral water right here too. So
it's like invisible on the screen. So it's like
I know.
It looked like Predator water. Oh, there it is.
It's not. No, it's not a. What is that thing called? A sponsor or anything? I'm just drinking it. So
yeah, I was going to say, but for 10% off on your own bag, you can get yourself some Dubby.
I'm still waiting for my Dubby sample so I can do Dubby sponsors.
Ooh,
so I can do
Dubby sponsors. Use the code KCP 2023 at www.dubby.gg.collections for all to get 10% off.
Yeah.
So if you need an energy boost, try that.
Because we are actually partnered with Dubby. We should be getting them so we can show, so we can actually put that on there so we have the sponsors. But we do have them. We are sponsored. You can get 10% off. We use our code. That's cool. It's actually really good. So I've actually had some of Dubby and it actually tastes pretty good. It does give you kind of a zing.
I used to drink wheatgrass juice.
I like wheatgrass, though I can't really have anymore because of my allergies to wheat, but I used to like it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, anything related to wheat, buckwheat. I can't have buckwheat. I can't have, even though that's a cousin, rye. I can't have rye. Yeah, because it has the same gluten. I can have any other grain, though. I just can't have anything that's like a cousin to wheat, hops, barley. I can't have those.
Oh, okay.
Because they have the gluten protein. Anyways, that's a difference. That's wholly different part of the digestive series. But anyways, so kidney disease. Make sure you drink water and Dubby.
It might be a good idea to roll one of the more medical clips to let us know. Actually, let's roll both of those because one talks about the different stages, I think, and then one is more about what. They're both pretty good as far as I remember.
Yeah, I think it's really good to get that.
And we'll talk about that on the other side. And I'm going to pull up my quick facts about kidney disease too and see.
Yeah, I've got some. I have some as well, so I will check.
Yeah, we'll get all that prepared as we watch these two video clips.
Good health makes a good life possible, and healthy kidneys are important to your overall health. Your kidneys filter waste out of your blood, so when they get damaged, waste can build up in your body and make you sick. Chronic kidney disease, or CKD, is when you have lasting damage to your kidneys that can get worse over time. If the damage is severe, your kidneys may stop working. This is called kidney failure, and it means you will need dialysis or a kidney transplant to live. If you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or a family history of CKD, ask your doctor to do a blood and urine test to measure how well your kidneys are working. Chronic kidney disease has 5 stages. The goal at each stage of CKD is to slow down damage to your kidneys and keep them working as long as possible. In the first 2 stages, you might not even know you have kidney disease. You might feel totally normal. At this stage, making healthy lifestyle choices and taking your medicines as prescribed can help prevent further damage. In stage 3, you have mild to moderate damage to your kidneys, and they aren't working as well as they should be. You might start to feel weak and tired, or have swelling in your hands and feet, or notice your urine looks foamy or darker than usual. With treatment and healthy lifestyle changes, many people in stage 3 do not move on to stage 4 or stage 5. To slow the progression of your disease, see your doctor regularly and talk about any changes to your labs or symptoms you're experiencing. Ask for a referral to a kidney doctor and meet with a renal dietitian. In stage 4 of CKD, your kidneys are moderately to severely damaged, and you might experience swelling in your hands and feet, or pain in your lower back, foamy or darker urine, or a change in how often you urinate. Stage 4 is the last stage before kidney failure. At this stage, it's important to work with your healthcare team to slow down kidney damage and plan ahead. Build a support network and learn about different treatment options. And stage 5 means your kidneys are about to or have already stopped working. At this stage, you'll need treatment like dialysis or a kidney transplant to prolong your life. Work with a kidney doctor to determine which treatment option is best for your lifestyle. The good news is, if caught early, there are steps you can take to slow or prevent damage to your kidneys. And living a healthy lifestyle will help you feel your best. Talk to your care provider about medications and lifestyle changes to support your kidney health. Get to know.
Kidney failure happens when one or both kidneys stop functioning normally. This could be due to infections, urine elimination problems, or some underlying diseases. Instead of being excreted, waste like urea, creatinine, uric acid, and ammonium ions remain in the blood. Accumulation of these substances is toxic to the human system and could prove to be fatal if not treated in time. The treatments currently available are dialysis or a transplant. Dialysis is also called hemodialysis. It is a process or procedure to eliminate excess salts and nitrogenous waste from blood. It does not absorb or secrete anything. During dialysis, the patient's blood from the modified blood vessel in the arm is passed into a dialysis machine and returned after being cleaned. The dialysis fluid is changed regularly to remove wastes and maintain a diffusion gradient between the patient's blood and the dialysis fluid. The dialysis machine contains the following parts: a steel tub with a filter filled with a warm fluid set at 37 degrees Celsius to suit the patient's body temperature. The machine also has a narrow tubular coil of cellophane with pores and a sterile dialysis fluid. The tubular coil of cellophane is semi-permeable in nature. It allows small molecules to pass through, prevents blood cells and large proteins from leaving, and provides large surface area for material exchange. The sterile dialysis fluid surrounds the cellophane tube and contains regulated amounts of dissolved salts and sugars. Once a kidney fails, there are very rare chances of it healing. Hence, this procedure has to be carried out until the kidney is replaced with a new one. Transplantation is a major operation through which a failed or dysfunctional kidney is replaced with a healthy one. Kidney transplant is associated with better quality of life, lower risk of death, fewer dietary restrictions, and lower cost of treatment compared to a lifetime on dialysis. You can keep your kidney healthier by keeping yourself active, maintaining your weight, controlling sugar level and blood pressure, avoiding over-the-counter pills, avoiding smoking, and also maintaining a healthy fluid intake.
That is great.
Yeah, it really covers the what it is and what the whole dialysis does, which is great.
Yeah.
A lot of
Really
good
interesting.
information in those. I like the stages and how it broke down. Things that you might be experiencing. It's really got me thinking. I honestly feel like I'm probably at a stage 3 or 4. Like looking at
Really?
those and looking at with things that I'm dealing with my health. And it's kind of crazy. I just turned 50, right? In May.
Right.
And it
Yeah.
was literally like the night before I turned 50, it was like a warranty just went off or something like that. And all of these things just started happening. Like it's really hard for me to walk right now. Like
Oh my
I feel
gosh.
almost like
Aw.
I have what is it called? Is it like when you've been laying in bed for a long time and your muscles start to get like apathy or not apathy,
Atrophy. The atrophy.
atrophy. It feels like I have atrophy in my legs just all of a
Oh,
sudden, just because like I'm still doing the same walking that I was doing. It's just harder to do now.
wow.
I like a couple, like 2 days before my birthday, which is I feel like the onset of like everything else. But I was getting into the van for work and I kind of twisted my knee in a weird direction
Ew.
trying to get into the van. And I hurt my knee really bad, and like I didn't really
Oh
say anything.
no.
I'm usually the kind of just soldier through and just
Yeah.
so I was limping that day, but I was like, you know what, fuck it. The next day is my birthday. I need to rest my leg. I'm taking a day off, to take care of this or whatever. And then I took another day off because my knee didn't feel better by the second day. And then what started happening was that my other knee started hurting because I feel like it was compensating for what
The
this
other
knee
one.
was supposed to
Yeah.
be
Oh
doing.
my goodness.
And I haven't completely like recovered from that since. That's been May that
Yeah, knees take a while to heal.
Yeah.
And the best thing I could suggest to you is to go and get sports therapy. I ended up working at Stanford University when
Hmm.
and I have what I call a trick knee, and it's starting to come back now as I'm getting older. And I'd hyperextend it. You know how your knee normally bends like this? Well,
Yeah,
imagine it
yeah,
bends this way. Okay,
yeah.
that's what happened to me when I was
Hyperextension's no
rollerblading.
good.
Yeah, it hyperextended, and you know that nice big quad muscle that you have in your upper thigh? Well, I
Yes.
lost that. I lost
Oof.
that and some tendons.
Atrophy. Yeah.
Not to atrophy, but completely destroyed it.
Oh
Even
wow.
exercises will not bring that back.
Oh wow.
Basically, it's been absorbed into my body by my body at this point. I was 16
Wow.
years old when I did that, and
Wow.
I
It's
started
crazy.
working at Stanford University. Went to their sports therapy thing. They put me on this machine that was used by astronauts that had these bungee cords that go literally in all these different directions. You lay on it, you can stand. I mean, and it resists your movement equally in all directions. And that eventually got me to where I could walk without falling down because my knee would just give out. No pain associated. It would just give out. Just whoop.
That happens. That would happen to me too. Actually, it actually is worse. I'd either be walking up and down the stairs when it just would suddenly give out. No,
Yes.
the muscles themselves. There's no pain or anything
Yeah.
associated with
It's
it, but
just
the
boom.
muscles themselves, it's just you're just jelly. And I don't know if it
Yeah.
has to do with because I had hypertonia as a child, but as a baby or what. But yeah, I have that, and it's gotten less now because I've strengthened those muscles quite a
Oh,
bit
good.
now
Good.
because
Good. Good.
I just like I did ice skating today. So like doing ice skating and doing martial arts and fighting, actually sword fighting that I've done actually has really helped to strengthen all those muscles. But
Good.
yeah, they would, as a teenager, I would just tumble down the stairs.
Oh.
And luckily,
Good.
yeah, just because
Well, hey, let's
there's
get back to
disease.
kidney disease.
But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, this all has to do with how, keeping in shape and all of that. You're talking about how you just said that you had all these onset of things. Have you gone to a doctor and have they looked at your kidneys?
Yeah, no, I have an appointment, but I've been waiting for my appointment. My appointment is September 21st. So I
Oh my
made this
gosh,
appointment like
why
a
so
month ago.
long?
My warranty ran out when I was 25.
Oh, stop.
Oh man, yeah,
Ugh.
it sucks. Yeah, I definitely have things going on. I know it's been very interesting in doing this show. Like I've learned so much about
Gotta
like
be
my own
careful.
body, even
Yeah.
that, and not that I'm a doctor, but there's definitely things that you could see, especially when we watch great videos like those that they give you a step by step, like if you're feeling this or this, you may notice these changes in your body, and then you
Yeah.
go that yep, that's happening. Yep. Okay, well, these are at least signs that I should talk to my doctor about it. You know what I
Precisely.
mean?
Precisely.
Yes.
That's why we bring this
Absolutely.
show to people. so that it gets you
And
thinking outside the norm.
right, though you
Exactly.
don't want to fall into the WMD, rabbit hole of where you're like, oh no, and you go look up symptoms, and they're like,
Oh
you
yeah,
probably have this, and you're
Yeah,
like, oh no, I'm dying.
no, it's not
You
like
don't want
the
to have
the
that.
Munchausen syndrome or something like. It's not like where
No, not
I have to
Munchausen, but
have, but it is interesting when we come across things that I have noticed in my own body,
hypochondriac, really. Yeah,
and that like the COPD. I
oh
hadn't
yeah,
really
right.
thought about that until we did that episode, and that was something that my mother had. And
Right.
I am a smoker. You know what I mean? So, um, these are all this show. Although, again, we are not doctors. That is not
no,
what we do. These are just interesting topics to us. It does help me to think about things that I need to change and do in my own
Right.
life. And I feel like it leaves me a little more educated so that it's not like when I go into the doctor's office, it's not just I'm like, Doc, this is what's going on. What do I do? I feel a little more armed with knowledge. Like, hey, this is
Yes.
what's going on. I believe it could be this.
Can we
yeah,
get
Maybe we
tested for
should
these
do a
things?
blood
Yeah.
test, or maybe we should do,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
That's a good
yeah,
way of
Um,
looking at it. Yeah, that's a
yeah.
really good. It's
My
funny.
best
All of a sudden, I
advice.
was thinking of COPD and thought of Leonard Nimoy as
Yeah, there you
well.
go. My
So
best
he was
advice
a
to anybody
reason.
is the internet is great for a lot of things, but when it comes to diagnosing yourself, if you get questions or concerns and stuff,
Get to
open
the
up your
doctor.
phone, find a little notepad that you have in there, and put down your questions in your phone. Okay, we all got phones
Hmm.
these days, so there's no
Yes.
reason why you can't put those questions and concerns in a Word document. Okay, I do that all the time for
Yeah.
my doctors, and I will hand the phone. I'll say, "Here's what I have concerns of. I would like to go over every one of these," and I could have 30 or 40 of them there, and he's like, "Wow, you really, like." Onset of something. I noticed this pain in my side on, Tuesday night. I woke up to this pain. It's calmed down when I was sitting up, but when I laid down, there it was again. Now I have to sit up, describe a little of what it is, date, time, weather, maybe foods you might have eaten earlier. That way it can
Yeah.
jog your memory because I love when people used to go, no, 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 I got it. I'll remember. My memory is really good. And the moment you sit down on that really cold exam table thing and your brain just goes completely blank. I've seen
Yep.
this thousands of times with people, and I'm like, honestly, doctors, how you get their attention that you know that you're serious about taking care of yourself is
Yeah.
ask questions, put it down somewhere where it's written down or typed in, and go into there armed with your questions and ask them about these. That way you could say, well, I looked up this what's going online, and what I found just had me want to ask you questions, and it's raising concerns. I'm not like when I pinched a nerve for the first time in my life, okay? I'm like, huh, everything said heart attack because of where I was getting the pain at in my chest and all that stuff, and the pain was radiating. And I'm like, no, no,
right.
let me just, and then I saw something about pinched nerve. And I'm like, let me write down questions about this. When I went in to see my doctor, he's like, you're one of the few patients that uses the internet to help them understand what's going on rather than diagnose yourself and think that's what you have. Coming in telling me, oh, I got this. And then we run a test on you. No, you don't have that. You have this. I'm like, nah, I'll
Right.
leave that part up to you. But I do have concerns. Did I pinch a nerve? And he did a few things and yep, you definitely pinched a nerve right in this area of your back. And I'm like, oh, I said, that is no fun. He's like, what did you do to do that? I said, believe it or not, I just reached over, desk area and I went to grab. He's like, that's usually how it happens. You'll go to reach and something slips, one of the discs slips a little bit, and boom, it's leaning up against the nerve. And all of a sudden now you got this wonderful sharp pain, or you'll go to sleep and find it that
Oh.
way. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
So
So
write
I
down
was
your
thinking.
concerns and questions. Don't feel like you're taking the doctor's time.
right,
Okay.
and
They don't
I think
care.
they'll be more
Yeah.
impressed that you are
They will
trying
be
to
impressed
do
with you that way, and you will find that you
right.
can communicate with your doctor better. Also, if you have a patient portal that you can email your doctor, you can email
That's
these
even
questions
better.
24/7. I did this with my doctor throughout my entire wheelchair situation. You know how much that would have cost me to go in to see him? I counted 53 contacts that we had with each other over this time. If I went in each one, that would have been something like a $43 copay every time that I went in to see him to ask questions. It was free
That's
using the
awesome.
email portal. And we just communicated back and forth and treat him like he's a friend of yours and you're coming for him for help. Don't there's so many parts of this to where I wanted to go, gosh dang it, why can't we move this along faster and stuff? And I have to remember, well, he's going through a process to help me. He's got other people that he sees, but and stuff like that. You're coming for help. And if you can't wait for the help, then that's on you.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
So here's some
sorry.
facts. That's okay. So
excellent.
how about I shoot some facts on you?
Definitely.
Did you know that more than 1 in 7, that's 15% of U.S. adults are estimated to have chronic kidney disease,
Wow,
which is
chronic.
about stage, yeah. So
Yeah,
so that's about stage 3, stage 4. That's what it's
yes.
actually called, chronic kidney disease, which means that's when the kidneys are damaged to the point where they can't filter blood as well as they should, and that's when you start having the excess fluid and the waste building up from that from the blood that remain in the body, and that's like what the and they actually and that problem can actually lead to other problems like heart disease and stroke. So, and here are some other health
Right.
consequences from chronic kidney disease include anemia or low number of red blood cells, increased occurrence of infections, low calcium levels, high potassium levels, and high phosphorus levels in the blood, loss of appetite or eating less, and depression or lower quality of life. That's really interesting. I had no idea about that. So
Wow.
it's about
Yeah.
37 million people have this, and some they
Yeah.
don't know, and some they do.
Yeah. And it's amazing on how much this plays into your whole body balancing off those chemicals that keep
Yes.
us in a balanced mood and a balanced sort of equilibrium. Um,
Yeah.
it's amazing on how the human body works. I mean, are you
It
think of
is
your brain
amazing.
and your body as two separate things, but is your head really? Can you take your head off your body, set it on the shelf, and walk away from there? It's all one thing. It's a team. So if
Yeah.
one part of the team is screwing up, it's going to screw up other parts of the team, like your ability to handle depression or hard situations and things like that. It
Here's
plays into a lot of stuff, like you said.
and here's even more scary is that as many as 9 in 10 adults with CKD, that's what they call it, CKD, chronic kidney disease, do not know that they have it.
Exactly.
And 1 in 3 adults with severe CKD do not know they have it. That is insane.
It is.
I
It
wonder
is.
if that statistic you're getting is like a USA
This
statistic
is
or worldwide.
this is from Centers of Disease Control and
Yeah,
Prevention.
that's where she's
This
at.
is the
That's the same
CDC.
place I was at.
That's where I'm getting it.
Yeah,
And
so
the
So
she's
would
in the
that
other
US.
would that
one,
be worldwide then, or would that be
That's for the US specific.
that's for
okay?
US
Because I'm
specific. And
thinking,
I've gotten the
I
US
can
one.
imagine how many countries, like for instance, I saw this documentary about Mexico. Mexico has a really bad problems with diabetes,
Oh, I
and
have, yeah.
and a lot of it is believed because Coca-Cola is almost like water over there in some
Wow. Yep.
places, oddly it's used in
They
religious
don't believe
rituals
that
as well.
I mean, they don't. Are you talking about Coca-Cola or the cacao plant? Because the cacao plant.
Coca-Cola,
Okay.
The
Coca-Cola,
drink, the
yeah,
soft drink.
specifically
Sorry,
the
cocoa
soda.
plant.
They've done such good
Yeah.
marketing worldwide that in some parts of the world, Coke is not. They don't talk about all the sugar or how bad it is. It's just seen as another drink.
So I had the statistics about chronic kidney disease by age, sex, race, and ethnicity. I actually have the
Yeah,
percentages.
yeah, yeah. Nice.
This is US. So it's more common in people that are 65 years and older, 34% in people age 45 to 64 years, and that's 12%, and then or 8 to 44 years is 6%. So 65 years and older, 34%. People 45 and 64 is 21, and 18 44 years is 6%. That's incredible.
It is. It really is.
It's slightly more common in women, which is 14% than men, which is 12%. It's also more common in non-Hispanic Black adults and non-Hispanic Asian adults, and which is so Black, apparently non-Hispanic Black adults
Yeah.
have it
Okay, so
about
black and
20%.
Asian basically is what it's
Black
saying.
and Asian is 20% Black, and then Asian is 14%, and then whites it's 12%, which is really interesting. And then Hispanics about 14%. Now this is just in the U.S.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna
This
say,
is just the U.S.
I've known statistically blacks and Asians have had higher just genetic rates of diabetes. My mom also
That
is
has to do a
Vietnamese.
lot with food. That has to do a lot with the food
The
quality, though,
dietary.
and
Yeah.
diet.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah, and we were
the
talking about
marketing.
that before. I don't know if we were talking about it, but we were talking about like
We talked about
somebody's
it on
comment was like,
Africa
"How
or
come you
Twitter.
see so much diabetes in like in countries where they eat rice for every meal, like Vietnam is, one, or Japan or China or
Because
something
that's
like
not
that.
what's causing the high blood pressure or the kidney
Well,
disease. It's the high sugars.
there's different.
High weight.
I think it has to do with a less sedative lifestyle. They're actually out there working in fields and crops and stuff. They're
There's that.
burning
There's
off a
Somewhat.
lot more. And
Somewhat,
I
but
also believe,
also they are eating less meat. They eat less meat on average than Americans.
yes,
less
that's
fried
That's probably what
foods,
you're going to say, right?
less
more fresh
yeah,
vegetables.
less
Yeah,
processed foods.
yeah.
Well,
They're
a lot
eating
of them.
foods that they capture and grow themselves, as
They just
opposed
eat
to
it much less. We were talking about this in After Dark. We were talking about in Japan how you can actually see the amount of obesity and diseases
right,
actually
Okinawa.
rise in Japan just by them adapting the American diet.
Right.
And
Yeah,
how
it's
much
Totally.
like
more
it
meat,
was so
more that
rare.
sort of yeah.
Eating milk, a lot more dairy and
Oh my
Preservatives.
meat
gosh, yes.
actually. Huh?
Um.
It's milk
What was the
dairy
point?
and meat.
Where was I
Anyways,
going
but
with
this is
all that?
talking about like how diet has a really big factor in other races.
Yeah, in typical and different races too. I wonder why with African Americans in general. I wonder what why there would be a higher concentration. That's interesting though.
It is interesting. So I just find that really, really interesting how much higher it is than others. And it could also just be healthcare. It could be that healthcare is another reason they probably just don't get as good of healthcare either.
Right.
I think
And
that's what it is now.
I remember what I was going to say. I was going to say, I really think too, like you were talking about how many percentage of people have no idea. I guarantee you across this planet, there are so many people that don't have access to healthcare.
Oh, yeah.
That have diabetes, and there's no way they would know it because that's just how life is.
You mean kidney disease or you talking
kidney
about
disease.
diabetes? Because
Kidney
diabetes,
disease.
you either if you don't know it, you're probably gonna die. Like
Yes.
you find out you have it pretty quickly, and if you don't get treatment for it, you will die very, very soon. I've not seen people who live with diabetes for very long if they don't have any treatment or they don't change their lifestyle or anything like that.
Right.
So it's an issue.
Hey, we've got about 7 minutes left. Why don't we roll those last couple of video clips?
Let's
They're
do
a little
that.
bit more on what we can do if this is something you're experiencing, how you can maybe help yourself a little bit.
Your kidneys filter waste out of your blood, so when they get damaged, waste can build up in your body and make you sick. Chronic kidney disease,
Wait a minute.
or CKD,
Hang on. Did I show this one already?
is when you have lasting damage to your kidneys that can get worse over time. If the damage is
Yeah,
severe,
I did. Sorry about that. I meant to close that. So we got this one left.
My name is Amy, and I'm a registered dietitian at the Southern Arizona VA Healthcare
You
Center.
did not.
I would like to talk to you about your kidneys. It's estimated that 30.
I didn't show the other one?
No, you did not.
No,
All
you
right.
didn't.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
good health makes a good life possible, and healthy kidneys are important to your overall health. Your kidneys filter waste out of your blood, so when they get damaged, waste can build up in your body and make you sick. Chronic kidney disease, or CKD, is when you have lasting damage to your kidneys that can get worse over time. If the damage is severe, your kidneys may stop working. This is called kidney failure, and it means you will need dialysis or a kidney transplant to live. If you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or a family history of CKD, ask your doctor to do a blood and urine test to measure how well your kidneys are working. Chronic kidney disease has 5 stages. The goal at each stage of CKD is to slow down damage to your kidneys and keep them working as long as possible. In the first 2 stages, you might not even know you have kidney disease. You might feel totally normal. At this stage, making healthy lifestyle choices and taking your medicines as prescribed can help prevent further damage. In stage 3, you have mild to moderate damage to your kidneys, and they aren't working as well as they should be. You might start to feel weak and tired, or have swelling in your hands and feet, or notice your urine looks foamy or darker than usual. With treatment and healthy lifestyle changes, many people in stage 3 do not move on to stage 4 or stage 5. To slow the progression of your disease, see your doctor regularly and talk about any changes to your labs or symptoms you're experiencing. Ask for a referral to a kidney doctor and meet with a renal dietitian. In stage 4 of CKD, your kidneys are moderately to severely damaged, and you might experience swelling in your hands and feet, or pain in your lower back, foamy or darker urine, or a change in how often you urinate. Stage 4 is the last stage before kidney failure.
I think we did actually see this one, but I like it. It's good.
Healthcare team to slow down kidney damage and plan ahead. Build a support network and learn about different treatment options. And stage 5 means your kidneys are about to or have already stopped working. At this stage, you'll need treatment like dialysis or a kidney transplant to prolong your life. Work with a kidney doctor to determine which treatment option is best for your lifestyle. The good news is, if caught early, there are steps you can take to slow or prevent damage to your kidneys, and living a healthy lifestyle will help you feel your best. Talk to your care provider about medications and lifestyle changes to support your kidney health. Get to know.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, here's the next one. Let me rewind.
My name is Amy, and I'm a registered dietitian at the Southern Arizona VA Healthcare Center. I would like to talk to you about your kidneys. It's estimated that 37 million Americans have kidney disease, and up to 90% of those people have no idea that their kidneys are damaged. Following a healthy diet can help maintain the remaining kidney function that you have and potentially keep the kidneys from declining further. It's important to check with your doctor when you get your labs drawn and ask him if your kidneys are healthy. If your kidney disease has progressed to chronic kidney disease stage 3, now is the time to learn how you should be eating. At the Southern Arizona VA Healthcare Center, we offer a chronic kidney disease diet class. This class teaches those with chronic kidney disease how to make adjustments to their current diet to help their kidneys function and stay healthy. Just some small changes can make a huge difference in preventing further kidney damage. Once the kidneys have become too damaged, the only treatment available is dialysis. If you've ever known anyone on dialysis, you've seen that dialysis has a huge impact on your quality of life. If adjusting your diet now could postpone or prevent starting dialysis, it could be life-changing for many people. This class offers an introduction to the basic chronic kidney disease diet, as well as handouts and the opportunity to schedule individual follow-up appointments with the renal dietitian. Individual appointments provide you the opportunity to address other health issues that you may have as well, including diabetes, heart disease, and weight loss or gain. So the next time you get your labs drawn, ask your doctor how healthy your kidneys are. If you are told that you have chronic kidney disease, please ask to be scheduled for this important class. Your future health could be improved if you understand how to take better care of your kidneys.
All right. That really breaks it down nicely about your diet and stuff. And I didn't realize that the proteins are hard on your kidneys like that.
That was definitely something I learned in this one too. Because often, that like you have a keto diet, which would be like all meat or no grains or whatever. So, yeah, that was very interesting to learn.
Yeah.
As well.
I knew that eating excessive amounts of meats might cause problems, but I didn't think of it being the protein part that would cause that. But it makes sense.
Right. I know they were talking about, with meats, you have a breakdown of a lot of like uric acid, and uric acid leads to something else that I deal with, which is gout. And so in fact, I'm experiencing it right now as we're on show or whatever. But having a lot of uric acid is an issue.
I thought only pirates got that. Oh wait, that's scurvy. Never mind. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Well, our Captain Lady Moon has stepped out for a second. She said she'd be right back. So we have her off camera right now. But I feel like this was a pretty good one. This was an important one.
Yes.
Sorry for showing that video twice if that's what we did.
That's okay. I forgot to close it out of there, and I'm thinking, huh? Hey, James tuning in.
What's up? Is that James?
Aloha, my friend.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in.
How is it? I love that.
Good to see you, James. Yeah, so this was a big topic tonight. I'm sure in the future we'll go down to some other things that break down, with kidney disease, what else can happen. I'd like to cover diabetes as a topic at some point as well.
Definitely.
About record some distance nerding. Yeah, so make sure to check out.
Hey, we got Thomas Barley tuning in.
And Thomas, what is up, Thomas? Thank you. Everybody, literally, as we're closing out.
As we're closing up the show, it's like, where are you guys? We wait for you.
Recently looked it out. Apparently, we used to think only rich people could. Yes, it was called the rich person's disease.
That's right. That's what it is.
Or they call it the king's disease as well.
The king's disease, yes.
Right, because it comes from a lot of those things.
Rich foods.
Peasants couldn't afford to eat. Peasants were eating a lot of the vegetables.
Us peasants could not afford to eat such rich foods.
Right, exactly. We're talking about gout right now.
Yeah.
Gout. Yeah. Gout is an interesting one. I guess we're gonna have to be going over gout soon. It's funny. Kidney disease and gout came up both. And,
right. And we were talking about diabetes specifically as well. Might be a good topic because it affects so many people.
I think
if you are,
there's a bunch of ones we can go through with this.
Right. So we got a long way to go.
Oh yes.
This show will never run out of topics.
Never run out of topics. As long as there's disabilities, mental health issues, and health issues in general, we'll never run out.
Basically, as long as human beings exist, we will have a show to run. Hey, if you guys are you've got nothing to do after this, head over to Distance Nerding and check out their show. They are about to start. They're probably starting.
I think they're actually starting right now.
Oh, they're starting right now.
I think they start at 6 normally, but I'm guessing 6. It's probably 6:30, 8:30.
Yeah, it's 6:30 right now. So make sure to go check that out. We want to thank everybody who has tuned in with us this week, and all the people that jumped in here at the end. Thomas, hopefully we'll see you earlier next week. We will have an interesting topic in the GI, in the GI series for you still. Make sure you are checking out all of our incredible merch at kcpmerch.com. That is for stuff exclusive to Kyber Cave Productions. We also have kybercave.com if you need a combat saber. We are actually, the big thing just here in a couple of days, Friday night, we are going to be in Sacramento at the 10th annual Saber Battle in the Park and free convention this year. This year, we have 3 Star Wars celebrities that you can come and meet for free. We have Alan Fernandez, who's been at a couple of our events. He's the last living Tusken Raider from A New Hope. We have David Navarro, who was the taiko drummer on Jabba's Palace.
That's cool, man.
Jabba's Palace. And the newest person that we have, and I'm really excited because this is her first convention ever. Hopefully, lots of roadblocks. Oh wow!
Darn it!
Okay, well, we will get over to distance. I think that's what that's. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh, the third person we have is Verona Blue, who she actually does a couple of voices in The Last Jedi and Rogue One, but she's most known for she's now a canon character because she plays a character named Cage Vonda in the new Jedi Survivor video game.
Awesome.
She has a scene with Boba Fett. It's actually kind of cool.
That's awesome.
That is
So
super
she
cool.
will be there with us this Friday. That's going to be from 2 to 9 at Fremont Park in Sacramento, and it is completely free, y'all.
Oh,
Come
I've
out.
been to that park before.
Have you?
Yeah. Oh my
It's a
God.
great place. So
Yes,
the
it is.
daytime is going to be the convention part, and at nighttime, 600 nerds in the park with the lightsabers beating each other
Lightsabers.
up.
Oh man, Whoa, what an awesome way to spend an evening.
What more could you ask
Yeah.
for? Well, you know what's actually kind of cool? This is actually really close to my heart because 5 years ago, which this is the 10th annual, this is the 10th year they've done this in Sacramento, right? So the
Mhm.
guy that's running it now, wonderful man named Anthony Santiago, he runs Sunshine Creations. He's been running it for the last 5 years. So he took it over from a guy who ran it for the first 5 years, right?
Nice.
Okay.
So Anthony's first year that he ran his battle was when my son and I came up to the battle and we had experienced this for the first time. And this was
Oh.
when the seeds for Kyber Cave were
That's
planted.
so neat.
Oh, that's so
It-
I
cool.
love that.
It was
I
at this
love
event
that.
my son
I
said,
love
he
that.
said, Dad, can we do this back home? And I was like, yeah, this is nothing but, fighting in the park, which we eventually developed too. And so from this event, a month and a half later, we opened our doors at Kyber Cave.
That is
Oh, it's so nice.
awesome,
It's
man.
so cool. That's
Because
awesome.
this
Yeah.
event usually happens on May 4th. But
Yes.
this year, because of some things, we had to get moved. So this year is our first year, Kyber Cave's first year working with Sunshine Creations.
That's
Sunshine
so
Creations
cool.
has been running for the last 5 years. So this year, they've been running a battle every year. This year, we have added the convention element, which is bringing out the celebrities, and then also, having more vendors there to make it more. And it's completely free. So if you can't
That's
afford
so
to get to
awesome.
a
That's
convention,
a price I can afford.
that's a price anyone can afford.
It's just getting me there.
Yeah,
that
that'd be hard.
that you're gonna have to work out, my friend.
I got this huge catapult.
We'll
I
make it
mean,
work.
Trebuchet, to be exact.
So yeah, so
Okay.
if you are free, that's this Friday, August 4th from 2 to 9 in Fremont Park. Come and visit us in Sacramento. Completely free. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a costume contest as well as the coolest lightsaber contest.
Nice.
So we will be there. Hopefully you will be
And
there too.
and tomorrow I will be doing a game. I'll be most likely doing a solo stream tomorrow
For
Oh,
Wednesdays.
okay.
on Wednesday. Yes,
I'm
we
gonna try to
Wednesday
pop
and
in tomorrow and
Thursday
bug you.
game. Yeah, always. It's always good. I will probably be starting a little later than our usual 10, which will
No
probably
problem.
be 10:30 or 11. I'm letting everyone else know, just letting you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see if I can get there early, but
If you hit that little
just
bell,
get there.
no matter what
Yeah.
time she starts, you'll get the notification.
That's right. Hit that
Anytime I
notification
say you'll
bell.
get it. Yeah, it'll
We
probably be
run
about 10:30 though.
original programming on this channel 7 days a week, and you're probably going to see Aubrey at least 4 to 5 days a week if you tune into this channel. She's on all kinds of incredible shows.
Where does she get all this energy?
Yeah. We have Thursday Night Live gaming that we do here. We also
I
have
did that
Retro
solo
Alcove.
last week.
Right. See, Retro Alcove, and on top of the fact that her brand new premiere show, her own baby, is getting ready to premiere. It's getting ready to be birthed
Soon.
here
It'll be
soon.
very, very soon. Yeah, we're hopefully within the
That's
next month.
awesome.
It will be starting. We're getting the last finishing touches on it. So
Yeah, it's
I
on during
so
the time
we,
when my medicine doesn't put me to sleep.
we have been talking about it for a long time, but yeah, it will be starting very soon.
Cool.
We have been talking about this for about a year.
Almost a year. Yeah, I know.
Because this started with somebody else when we were talking about Dungeons and Dragons, and that turned into something else. So
So this has been a long time coming. We're just getting all the last
The little
little bit of
details.
touches, like with a lot of it has to do with getting people's characters done, and yeah, so that's what's been
well, I'm
really holding a
excited
lot of it up. So
to see
yeah,
that.
I'm excited too. I really like the characters we've had so far. I really like what people have come up with using the system. It's been a lot of fun. So now it's just getting the last of those done, and yeah, so it's been good. John, looking at you, no.
Now hopefully someday we'll get Beat Saber back.
Oh yes, definitely.
I mean, not Beat
Definitely.
Saber. Oh my gosh, I said Beat Saber. Beat down.
Beat down.
Beat down. Once beat down gets, then we'll probably switch this back to.
I actually have you in mind for some stuff, Lady Captain Moon, Captain Lady Moon.
Yep.
I'm actually working on a different sponsorship for us right now that I don't want to say too much, but I think it would be an incredible matchup. Oh God, it's really close, but nothing's been finalized exactly how we're going to do this. But
all right.
We're gonna have some cool new stuff at Kyber Cave. And I think it's going to be stuff that you in particular will be very interested in. In fact, I will tell you about it as soon as we get off the stream.
All right, let's get off the stream. No, I'm just kidding.
She's like, and on that note,
not that. See ya, guys.
All right, y'all. Well,
All right, everyone. It's nice having you.
Make sure to tune in next week. We will have another fun and exciting show for you.
Yeah, possibly gout. It's just going to be gout, most likely.
All right, Jack. Oh, gout. Okay. Well, there you go. I need to learn about it. All right. Peace, y'all. We love you. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.